Alright guys, another video coming to you today. Let's talk about cryptocurrency, and specifically, is there a cryptocurrency bubble? Has it burst? Is it too late to get involved? Will everybody lose all their money? Is this some kind of Ponzi scheme? Like, what's going on? So the impetus for this video is Sunday. I was watching last week with John Oliver, and he did a whole segment on cryptocurrency. Now, he was honestly trying to be as even-handed as he could about cryptocurrency. Again, not a lot of people understand it. I'm sure a lot of people in his audience didn't understand what he was talking about. But of course, he had to bring up, BitConnect and some other, ICO scams, things like that. And I understand that. So, are we in a crypto bubble? Yeah, I think we are. And my experience with these investment bubbles, I lived through the dot-com bubble back in the 90s and the housing bubble back in 06, 07, right? I was in the financial services industry. I was a stockbroker, so I had a first-hand view, like a front seat, of watching these industries and the economy just implode, right? So I kind of see how people can be, kind of panicking right now, and thinking that crypto is, some kind of scam where it's a bubble and it's too late, and people losing money left and right on this this pullback. So here's the thing, though: cryptocurrencies, in my opinion, are here to stay. They're not going to go away. And you see these governments, banking institutions trying to co-opt crypto, create their own. Ripple. A couple of, who is it? Venezuela, I think, is trying to get their own cryptocurrency started, and so yeah, it's here to stay. But as cryptocurrencies get more popular, as people start flooding into the market, unfortunately, some people are going to get hurt. Right? They're going to lose a lot of money. Saw it in BitConnect, and a lot of these ICOs that are really, honestly, just scams. But that happens in every market. It happens in in stocks, in equities, in commodities, and all this other stuff. There's unscrupulous people who are looking just to make a quick buck. So, really, in my opinion, the three stages of an investment bubble are as follows. You got the early adopters, right? The people who are true believers, who are evangelists for whatever technology or investment or whatever it is, right? So in the dot-com bubble, right, you had all these guys from Silicon Valley saying this is going to be different. We've got these great companies. We're building this platform, this framework for the internet, and they were the ones that really made the most money out of anybody. And that's what it always is. The early adopters, the guys who get in, on the ground floor, so to speak, are the ones that become millionaires and billionaires. It's just, and you've seen people who got into Bitcoin very early. You see stories about them, right, on the news. This 20-year-old dude or 19-year-old kid is now a millionaire. Some guy sold his house and bought Bitcoin with it. Now he's a millionaire, multimillionaire. So you see these early adopters. The early adopters make all the money. They really do. Then, once it starts getting kind of popular, right, whatever investment is, whether it be dot-com stocks, housing, or cryptocurrency, that's when the quick buck artists come in. These are guys that don't care about the underlying investment, the underlying technology. They just see an opportunity, and they are here to make fast money. Now, not all of them are scammers. Not all of them are unscrupulous, but I've seen over the last couple of months a lot of these self-help guys and internet marketers who never once mentioned Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in any of their videos, any of the emails that I get from them. All of a sudden, they've got cryptocurrency trading courses, cryptocurrency investment courses, Bitcoin mastery courses, all this stuff, right? And they're just trying to make money. They're trying to capitalize on this popular movement. And then there are those who are just complete scammers, guys who, put together, phony ICOs. Again, I mentioned BitConnect, which was apparently is a Ponzi scheme, right? And these things happen in every single market. Look at the Bernie Madoff debacle, a couple years ago, right? When they were doing all this stuff. I was working for Schwab when we had a mutual fund that was a high yield bond fund that was supposed to not have any CMOs or any of that stuff, right? Collateralized mortgage obligations. That's what tanked the market or the economy back in '07. It wasn't supposed to have any of that stuff, but it did. The guy who was running it just decided, you know what, I'm gonna do exactly what this fund is not supposed to do. So we had a lawsuit on that, right? And I was part of the team that had to go through and settle all these cases with investors so they wouldn't join a class action lawsuit against the company. So again, it happens in every market, not just crypto. So again, there's going to be scammers and thieves and criminals coming into the space. Unfortunately, that's what happens. And then the final stage is the general public gets wind of what's going on and they want to put their money in. By then it's not too late, but it's going to be difficult for them to make money, right? It's a greater fool theory. In investing on Wall Street, they count on a greater fool, right? So you want someone to buy what you have. You want to sell it for more than you bought it, right? So you got to have somebody who's a greater fool than you are to get this stock, this bond, whatever it may be, this crypto off your hands. And unfortunately, I think that's where we are now, where more people, I hear people who know nothing about cryptocurrency talking about Bitcoin, right? Asking me questions about Bitcoin because they know that I'm involved in cryptocurrency. I earn Bitcoin for some of my work. I invest. I talk about it, things like that. But yeah, it's where we are. Where John Oliver's talking about cryptocurrency, and the guy at the coffee shop is talking about it. Your grandmother is saying, "Hey, what's about this Bitcoin stuff?" And unfortunately, it's a lot of these guys that get hurt. So I hate to say this, and I hate to sound like I'm blaming these people, but once enough novices get hurt and lose money, things are going to start to settle down. Okay. Once that happens, once they get out of the market, things will stabilize, get back to normal, and we can go about our business. And again, I hate saying that, and I sound like a prick saying that, but I've seen it happen before, right? I've lived through it. I know what's going to happen, and that's what's going to happen. It may take, the rest of this year, maybe even the rest of next year, for enough people to get hurt and get, chased out of the market for things to settle down and get back to the way they were, right? That's just the way it is. So, to answer the question, has a crypto bubble burst? No, not yet. It probably will soon, this year, I'm thinking, and it's a good thing, right? I remember during the dot-com bubble, Alan Greenspan going on TV and talking about irrational exuberance, and that's kind of where we are now. I'm in a bunch of crypto Facebook groups, and every day I see people posting questions. Hey, what's a good coin that's good for 10x or 100x in the next couple of weeks, couple of months? And it's that kind of irrational exuberance, that kind of greed, really, that's going to bring a lot of people down. So I have been slowly, very slowly, right, taking a position in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I was getting some Litecoin, and then they scuttled their LitePay program, and that kind of soured me to the whole thing. So we'll see. But yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then I'm buying Steam, obviously, as well. But that's about it as far as my crypto holdings. I will probably start buying some smaller altcoins later on, but again, I want to wait for some of this volatility to settle down. So that's what I got for today. Yeah, crypto's here to stay. We're going to get some cryptocurrency that's going to be accepted as payment I don't know if Bitcoin is it. Fees are still kind of high. Transactions are still pretty slow. Again, I thought Litecoin was going to do it, but apparently they're backing out. So maybe it's going to be Bitcoin Cash, or Monero, or Zcash, or something like that. I don't know, but some cryptocurrency is going to come out. It's going to be accepted as payment, all over the world, and that's really going to start changing things, and that's really when things are going to get really interesting. So that's what I have again. Like and share the video. I'm going to be doing more crypto stuff in the future. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow.